What up, y'all? Conscious One coming at you. Hope everybody's having a good Sunday. I know I am. It's another one of my favorite days of the week. Guys, a lot of stuff I want to talk to y'all about, but oh man, this car just blocked the 666. It was a 666 car in front of me, but another car just parked in front of it. But this car has a 99 in it with an 818 and an A&E. So it's still like a bunch of sixes. Talking about this car right here. In front of this car is a 666. But anyway, guys, yeah, I just want to talk about, like, I've been hearing all this talk about, people talking shit behind my back, thinking I'm naive, bubbly, and all this type of stuff. The crazy thing about that, guys, is that no one has ever demonstrated, well, not, I wouldn't say no one, because I'll get to the whole thing with the women, but just talking about like grown men. No, all this talk about being bubbly and naive and people, they act as if I'm just some bubbly nerd, squeaky kind of guy. Guys, let me tell you something. It's such a contradiction though, because like in a one-on-one situation, I never sense that anybody thinks of me like that at all. A lot of times, especially, last couple of years, I would say people seem like they scared when they in front of me one-on-one. So then I go from that to hearing about how people talk behind my back and think I'm this naive, gullible, pushover type of person, and I never been. Like I told y'all, I've never got my hat taken. I grew up in the hood. I have never, nobody's ever wanted smoke with me on a one-on-one situation. It's only these people who, in groups, who need validation, who go behind an individual's back and try to speak. They try to paint a picture of what this individual is. Even if they know the individual really not like that, they'll paint a picture. And see, that's one thing I noticed. That's one thing I notice about people, is that they like living in delusion. They like being delusional. And sometimes what they do, they know an individual is not a certain way, but then they'll go back behind a group and they know how the individual might seem to a group. And so they'll play on that, right? Knowing that this person is not nothing like that. See, people play to being delusional. Another thing I know why they do that is that, see, another thing too, when you physically and mentally superior to somebody, right? They gotta, in order to validate their reality, they gotta downplay you. They got to, because to admit that somebody is physically superior or mentally superior to somebody, they can't do that. That kind of like destroys people's egos. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not the best thing out here, guys, and I see people sometimes that are better than me, and I look at them and I say, what can I do to be where that person is? And then I work on that. I'm like a chameleon. You know what I'm saying? Straight up chameleon, right? But people just like being delusional because it validates their ego. You know what I'm saying? And not that we're just talking about how somebody physically looks, but just people do that all the time with anything. It's just like the person that says they be chasing after something, right? And then when they don't get it, they be like, I didn't want that shit anyway. Yes, you did. That's why you went after it. That's the type of shit they do. Oh, I didn't care nothing about that. People like being delusional, man. They got to be delusional. It validates their ego. But nobody has ever stood at me one-on-one, guys, and thought that I was any kind of pushover. As a matter of fact, they know that I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Now, the only person who does like to push my buttons in a one-on-one situation is kind of like these type of females that, like, I don't know, like, they don't really have that much intelligence. You know what I'm saying? Like, because females, they'll do this thing where they like to be antagonistic just to push your buttons, but then they can switch it over and be a victim if they sense any kind of danger. And that shit actually pisses me off because, women get away with that. They can be very antagonistic, but then they can push a button and all of a sudden they victim. Because, if a woman starts crying, then you must be the one, you must be the problem. All she has to do is cry. And then no one will believe that that she actually did something to you. See? So women like to play that. But no, but as far as talking about men in my face one-on-one, no one has ever, guys, and I mean ever, demonstrated to me in a one-on-one situation that they thought I was some kind of pipsqueak or something. Now, sometimes guys, they like to play a little mental gymnastics with me. And as soon as they see that I say a few phrases that I can match that mental gymnastics that they're trying to play, then they get scared and run off. See, that's the only thing I get in one-on-one situations. But then I have to hear all this stuff about people thinking I'm naive, gullible, bubbly, happy. I mean, guys, let me tell y'all, there are some people out there who know that I'm not that. It's a handful of them that know that I am absolutely not that. You know what I mean? So, but what can you do, guys? People, they think what they want to think, right? But I just want to say that, man, nobody's ever like disrespecting me like in a one-on-one situation. So whatever people say behind my back, hey, man, it's like, that's how people are, I like practice being tough on my own. I don't need, like I always tell you, I don't need no validation from no group. Groups win a lot of battles, but they lose wars. You know why that is? Because it's easy to spot them. It's easy to I don't know. It's easy to get them because all you have to do is cast your fish. There's all the fish over there, right in the pond. You see where they all gathering at, and then all you have to do is just sweep your net down. You get them all at the same time. So they may win a lot of battles, but they lose wars. See, that's why I don't want to be a part of no group. But yeah, y'all. But shout out to y'all readers, man. I just want to say I really appreciate what y'all are doing, man. Y'all got some really serious skills. And I kind of envy y'all a little bit. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, some of y'all really got some skills, man. I just want to take time to tell y'all I appreciate that. And you guys are actually helping me raise my IQ. That's why I don't like people when they be talking shit about tarot card readers and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like, people are always trying to point the finger and play the blame game when they can't mentally equate to somebody else. Then they try to point out something about you to demonize you. I can't stand motherfuckers like that, man. But yeah, definitely want to get that shout out to the readers, man. Y'all is keeping my IQ like on point, man. Like, without y'all, my IQ can't be this high. It's going higher and higher thanks to you guys, because I know that you readers are very, very adept and have a lot of mental kung fu going on with y'all. And I just want to say, man, yeah, that is so outstanding. And that's all I gotta say, y'all. And I'll let y'all later. All right? Peace.